I'm broke. Now what? Is the worst place to be at as a barber. You work long hours only to not make any progress inside of your bank account at the end of the month. But don't worry, because in this video, I'll break down the next 4 steps on how you can get yourself out of this position and give you an exact step-by-step framework to ensure that you never end up here ever again. So let's start off with step 1. And it has to be starting with fixing the actual problem. Crazy rocket science. You have to realize at this point, there's really only 2 issues. You're either spending too much fucking money or you're just not making enough. Now, last week I was talking to a barber that was so uptight and worried because he thought he needed to start budgeting his money more. His bank account wasn't growing. And I asked him too, like simply, dude, how much are your expenses per month? He told me about like $1,500. And it's like, that's not too bad. I thought it was kind of weird. They thought I needed to cut it down even more. So I asked, like, what are you even making per month? He told me only $1,700. I was like, dude, you don't need to cut any more of your spending. You need to make more goddamn money. Now, on the flip side of this, there was also a barber I was talking to who thought he needed to make more goddamn money. So we dove into his business and he was making around $10K a month. And yes, he could make more than that. His real issue is that his expenses total about $9,000 to $10,000 every single month. What the fuck? And so I just asked him, dude, what the fuck are you even spending $10K a month on? Here's the problem. He didn't even fucking know. Because he never kept track of his finances, he never knew exactly how much he was spending each and every single month or even what he was spending his money on. And overall, that left him with less than $5K in the bank account, which is crazy. Somebody who's making $10K every single month as a business owner, having less than $5K to their name. Now look, if you're in a similar position and are broke currently, you really only got 2 issues. Start tracking your expenses every single day and cut out the waste. And that's literally it. Simple. Now I'll add a link to a tracking sheet with a full video breakdown on how to use it for anybody who is in that situation and just needs like a little help or guidance. The thing is for free, just make sure you click the links down below and you'll have full access to everything. Now, if you need to make more money, you need to be doing this. Post 1 showcase reel on your Instagram every single day. Post 3 showcases to your story and tag your clients. This alone will start getting some new clients into your business, but it's not really an exact fix. What you really want to do is start maximizing this and start cold DMing people who live in your city. You simply want to find local geotags inside of Instagram and listen, find where a lot of hot women are posting and tagging their pictures at and go through their following. Now, what you're going to do is all the local guys that you see who are following her that match the haircuts that you're posting on your social media, you're going to go ahead and reach out to them through DMs. Again, is this going to get you to $20K a month, $200 a cut? Fuck no. Will it get you to raise your prices? Probably not. But if you're in a bind, you have a lot of time, you need some clients, I think this is going to be the best bang for your buck. Step 2, you're going to want to actually reflect on how you got to this point. You want to learn lessons and create habits from this so that you do not repeat this mistake ever again in your life. And to be straight up, this all boils down to poor decision making on your part. And look, everyone at some point in time has gone through very tough times financially. For me, I was dead broke and on my own once when I was 19 years old and another time when I was 25 years old. And both came with completely different dumb mistakes I made and hard lessons learned. And here's the thing, I have zero sympathy for those who just choose to not learn from their mistakes and decide to repeat history over and over again and stay in their poor and shitty situation. Because if my struggles have taught me anything, it's that you have full controls out of the outcomes of your life. And that's really the first thing you want to do. Reflect on what happened. Take full accountability and ownership of your situation. Do not be a fucking victim. And know and understand that you could have influences to create a better outcome if you really wanted to. From there, you want to start thinking, how did I get in this position? What led me down this path? And what decisions did I make that I shouldn't have made in the first place? Again, too, if you're broke, it really comes down to 2 things. Either you have no discipline on spending money, or you're just too lazy and complacent to make more money. And understand both boil down to the lack of the ability to make proper decisions, thinking in the long term. Think of someone who actually wants to get into shape. Someone who's thinking long term is going to stick to a diet, learn to love kicking their ass and the pain in the gym, and push their bodies to the limits in order to get the result that they want. It's not fun. You know, deep down, you're not working just to see a result today or tomorrow. You're working to see the result and your vision come to life 6 to 12 months down the road. Now, someone who's going to be thinking the short term is going to be eating cake all day long and half-assing their workouts. And it's easier because, well, cake fucking tastes good. And it's a lot better than meal prepping is. But that person is trading away the results and the body they want 12 months from now just for a short-term here and now pleasure of eating cake. Because what's easier, spending money on those new shoes you really want, or not spending money on the new shoes that you want, even when you have the money to do it? Is going to be putting in more work to improve your business in order to make more money 6 to 12 months from now, or just keep everything on default mode? Because overall, it's just easier to stay at the same level you're at right now. Your decisions and habits that you make surrounding the long-term versus short-term realities will dictate the quality of your life in the next 6 to 12 months. Step 3, create new rules and structures on how you spend and see money. When I was dead broke at 19, I was living on my own with $12 to my name, and for a good portion of that year, I could barely afford a dollar menu item from Taco Bell just for dinner. I realized that my biggest mistake was getting a 12-month expense when I didn't even have a stable income. It sounds dumb as fuck, I know, but look, that was 19-year-old Daniel's logic at the time. Because I just moved out with my friends into a house. I was in barber school and had the mentality of like, well, I'm going to become a booked out barber soon, and I'll make money once I'm in the shop, so I'll figure out and I'll be good. What ended up happening with the shop was brand fucking new. And for the first 8 months, we maybe saw one walk-in come in every single day. Struggling is an understatement. Always have a reliable income before you get into any expense like a car, apartment, a house, or anything that does not produce cash back into your pocket immediately. The second time I was broke was when I was 25 years old. Now, this is just when I retired from barbering and actually started the New Era Barbering Company. And very quickly, I became broke to where I had to drive to my mom's house just to take a meeting I had on Zoom, because the lights in my apartment would get turned off for being so behind in bills. Now, this lesson was very different for me because I had money saved up prior to made this jump into this new business venture. But the mistake that I made was I was trying to grow a business I had zero knowledge in on my own. The result was I wasted most of my cash savings on dumb things that I thought were going to grow the business, but ultimately didn't. And what I realized my biggest mistake in this was I should have paid for a mentor or a coaching program at the time when I had the money, instead of trying to forcefully do this thing on my own and make the most amount of fuck ups possible to the point where I was dead broke. Now, once I realized this mistake, any money I had that wasn't going towards just covering my bills and living expenses went towards coaching programs and paying for mentors. And this allowed me to grow the New Era Barbering Company to 450 plus students today currently. As just the other day, I paid one of my mentors $68,000 for a 12-month mentorship program. The biggest lesson I learned from this is never try to grow a business you have no clue on what to do, as you'll just waste all of your time and money on dumb shit. From these experiences, I actually created mental models and frameworks, basically just like these rules that I now follow to make and base my decisions off of. Because for instance, I just upgraded my car from a Toyota Corolla that I was driving for 10 plus years versus what I do with investing in mentors and coaching programs, where over the last year, I've paid 3 different mentors, a total of $140,000 annually just to be coached by them. Because you want to use every experience you go through as a lesson to create new rules and frameworks to live by. That way, you make better decisions as you continue to go through life.